What will the Steelers do? Oh, the moment has arrived. We have the NFL draft for you here. Semi here. You could just go to ABC and watch the NFL draft. It's on TV, but we're paying attention to the NFL draft here. The Steelers will be drafting. Who will they be drafting? We don't know. We still don't know. We could monitor from the website itself. Getting cold. And the Titans are on the clock. Well, the Titans are on the clock. They're expected to the QB. They already took a QB, so they're not expected to take another QB. Who have the Tennessee already taken? Let's look. Well, they already picked Cam Ward, so they're not expected to pick another one. The Jaguars have Trevor Lawrence, so they're not expected. The Giants already drafted Dart. They already have Geno Smith. The doubt the Raiders already have Kaleb Williams. Jets need offense wide receiver. Saints already grabbed a quarterback with a shug. So the next quarter team that really needs is Steelers again. And so Steelers could get Sanders. So we'll be keeping an ear out. Who do you think the Steelers will draft? Let's play a game with the Steelers' #1 pick, Iowa running back, Kaleb Johnson. Now, I've been saying now what I think happened is Aaron Rodgers called the Steelers. Hold on one second. So we're keeping an eye on it. We are watching out. The Titans picked wide receiver Chamir Dyke. The Jaguars pick is in, and the Giants are on the clock. The big news is that Shadir Sanders is still on the clock. Play as Kaleb Johnson, the Steelers' number 2 pick. You know, we should know what happens by later today, actually. And we play Louisville Cardinals. Tyler Show, he got drafted. I was hoping the Steelers would draft Shug, but they didn't quite grab Shug. So what I think has happened is, here we'll have a smoke and then I'll tell you what I think happened.
And we may be in the bluegrass state, but blue is the color to avoid if you love the homestanding Louisville Cardinals. This game today could be an inflection point for both of these teams, as each hoping to use it as a springboard to get into the top 25. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on a team from the ACC, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College
Jacksonville get running back Bashiel Tootin. The Steelers could have got Tootin. And that's what I'm saying, that the running back that they got would have been gone. Jacksonville picked a running back. People wanted running back, so they picked Tootin. He's only 5'8", though, this Tootin guy. 5'9", 206 pounds. He gives 20 pounds and a few inches to the Steelers guy. The Steelers just wanted that. The Steelers basically passed up on Sanders because they wanted that extra 20 pounds with this guy here. But they figure no one else wants a quarterback, and they do want running back. So I think the Steelers gambled that, hey, you know what? Quarterback's probably still available. Plus, they have 4 quarterbacks that they want. They want Will Howard, Sanders, or who's the other guy? McCord. And so they said, hey, listen, we got to grab this running back because our guy's going to be gone. Because they like, oh yeah, Ewers or Will Howard. They like Will Howard or Ewers from...
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. It's that hole for 4 and gets
Ewers, Sanders, McCord, Will Howard. McCord is actually expected to go pretty high too. So Quinn Ewers from Texas could be a great quarterback. But I think the Steelers gambled that Shadir would still be on the board.
After the productive first down play at second
the
and
New York
6.
pick is in.
The give to the back. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
Man, that D-tackle's a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of the stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
They already got Jackson Dart with the Giants.
Let's see what they have in the bag on 3rd and short from their own 18. Looking to throw, it's McNamara. Getting some heat.
No way.
Fires into
I
traffic
thought it
and
was lagging
intercepted.
right at that moment. And I thought he was going to break the other way.
The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
And after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There's tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
A quick timeout called by the kicking team here.
Hold on.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably out to the 25. No attempt at a return. To get that one off, it'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough.
All right, let's go.
On first down, here comes this offense.
Yeah, they got Cam Scatterboo, running back. See, I told you, it's exactly like I said. They knew, the Steelers knew running backs were going to go, so they had to pick running back.
How about the defender being a
See? And then even Sanders saying, thank the gods. He wasn't saying like, oh no, they didn't pick me. He's saying, thank the gods, that's my teammate. This is going to be my teammate, I hope. Not, I'm so glad the Steelers didn't pick me, but he's saying, thank the gods, this might be my teammate, because, look, there's no one that wants a quarterback now. The Jets, maybe. But the Jets, this will show how happy or not. The Jets need offensive line badly.
Got it in the middle, it's Lachey.
They predicted to pick an offensive lineman.
A nice job by the defense there.
And the Jets need a tight end, wide receiver. They're not expected. Nobody's predicted to get quarterback.
Nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
The guys that are, except the ones that the Steelers are the next team predicted to pick quarterback. And Shakir Sanders, the number 2 overall guy, still available.
They'll line up for a second
He
down
could have, if he would have went in the top 10, no one would have blinked an eye.
Downfield, it's McNamara. Got a man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide. And a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
He could have been in the top pick, and no one would have said, "Oh, that's
Let's
a
see
reach."
if the defense comes after them.
So
Third and short
to
for
get
the
him in
45.
round 4, I'm ecstatic.
From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete.
Better catch that.
Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now. You expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and sees that ball come in.
And now on second down for this offense.
Craig Woodson is picked from California.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read.
The Patriots
The
pick
handoff to Johnson. Gets it inside the 30, down to the
Safety,
27, pick up
Craig.
6.
Craig, the New England Patriots pick. Let me do this right. The New England Patriots pick safety Craig Woodson. Before that was Cam Scatterbrew, running back for the Giants. Before that, we had Tootin, running back. And that's what I was saying, that the Steelers had to pick this running back because otherwise he would have been gone.
They'll go right back to the run.
Using him every
That
throw.
will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard drop. And this one splits the uprights.
Especially since he missed that point, it's important. The Jacksonville Jaguars pick linebacker Jack Kaiser. So we have 2 running backs, safety, and a linebacker. Like I said, I felt like at first I was shocked they didn't pick quarterback, but I said, wait a minute, could quarterback still be available? And if a lot of people wanting running back, he was the, this guy was the only 225 running back left in the top 10. Everyone else was closer to 200 pounds. So I said, well, the Steelers had to grab him. And the same people that didn't draft the quarterback are still not going to draft the quarterback. So they could still get Sanders in round 4. It wasn't that they don't want Sanders, it's that they looked at it and they said, well, wait a minute, if we don't grab running back that we want, he's going to be gone. And if they picked Sanders in round 3, they would have lost him. This way they got them both. So it was really good strategizing by just studying the board. And otherwise they could still grab McCord or Howard or Ewers.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. And the Cardinals want to move quickly. They'll try to pick it up.
Pretending like you don't want Sanders. I'm hoping the Steelers get Sanders. Well, they looked at it and they said, look, all these other teams aren't going to draft quarterback again.
Understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
And so Aaron Rodgers probably, the story came out that the Steelers did call Aaron Rodgers on the phone to check in. They don't know what that conversation had, but there was some kind of conversation that was had. It was some kind of confirmation with Aaron Rodgers. So it took the meat off, but
the Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw. It's Shuck. Completes it in the middle. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
Jack Kaiser goes to Jacksonville. The Raiders pick up wide receiver Dante Thornton Jr. Dante Thornton Jr. to the Raiders. Wide receiver Dante Thornton Jr. to the Raiders. Linebacker Jack Kaiser to...
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals!
And the Bears are on the call.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown.
before Dante Thornton goes to the Raiders.
And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
They're trying to get to it. They get to him as he throws. And
he was open if I threw it more correctly.
Didn't get much on the return, but what a huge play, and they are in business at the 24.
Buffalo Bills pick is in.
For this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already
Number
in
7.
this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
First down here for the offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Intercepted. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 50.
This one I needed to get back in the game.
The 20. Inside the 10.
No.
And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Iowa.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing
Well, I
over the
needed
middle
to get
field.
back
This
in the
linebacker,
game.
He is so good in cover.
Oh, they want the 2, and the holder tries to throw for it.
Oh,
And
no.
it's picked off. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. Maybe some nerves on that return, but a fortunate bounce, and they'll retain possession. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off
Yeah,
this
if
half.
you're going to go for it, just go for it. Don't do a fake.
Looking for blockers.
Bills pick. Buffalo Bills pick. Buffalo Bills pick Deontay Walker, defensive tackle. Buffalo Bills pick Deontay Walker, defensive tackle.
Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
What a great rush by the defense. Understanding, winning up front, getting to the quarterback, and rattling him. Try not to get a penalty, right? Because God forbid you touch these guys
get
too
your
hard.
gun in
Get
for
called
it when
penalty.
you're
Nice job getting a good
got no
clean
timeouts.
hit,
You're in
pressure
your
on
own
the quarterback.
area. 10 seconds
Just
left,
a
and
few
you're still
seconds
gunning
remaining
for
here
it.
as they try to put
That's
something
when you
up
deserve
before
a pick
halftime.
6 against you.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. To the air, it's Shuck. Lost one deep down the right side. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
When I'm an offensive coach, I'm going to take shots. I'm going to take those 50-50 balls, and most of the time I'm going to trust my wide receiver to come down with it. The defensive back said, no, sir.
He's not that number 8 from the Gamecocks, man. That guy's fast. Holy moly.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 4th down, going to the air. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Reels it in down the
Caught
right
it
side.
too.
Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half.
The Jets are on the clock. The Jets pick
On
is
the
in.
move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They'll start the third quarter with the run. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
Yeah, a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. The Cardinals will hustle to the line. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. The short hands, it's Brooks. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. And the Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's looking downfield to throw. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. And here comes the offense on second down.
Nice.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Takes it the other way. At the 20.
Yes. He was kind of winning, but he's losing. The Jets pick Arian Smith, wide receiver from Georgia. Could this be Steelers' new next quarterback? Eagles pick Ty Robinson, defensive tackle. See, I think the Steelers picked running back because they were afraid the guy they wanted, he was the last top-heavy guy. He was the last guy that had 225 pounds available. The other guys were more 5'9", 205, 190. So they said, hey, man, we got to grab him, and then Sanders will still be available.
We've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on the Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. Coming out with it, it's Horn. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the offense on first down. He's going to pass. He'll try to do it himself. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down
Robinson
at the
from
17.
Nebraska.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive up the field. They get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. Back to pass, it's Sanders. Got his man quickly. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a pop.
And he breaks into the open. The 40, at the 30. He's at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Bucks. You want to talk about a great way to start the game.
Ty
and
Robinson
set the tone
from the
early.
Eagles.
It's so nice
So I
to
was
have a
saying that
quarterback
the
just
Aaron
get
Rodgers
into the
talked to
game,
the
get
Steelers,
himself
gave them
established,
confirmation
make a couple
that
throws,
took
you
the
lead your
pressing need
offense
off a
down
little
the
bit.
field, you score right
And
off
so the
bat.
Steelers
Could
drafted
not have
the
been a
more
better start for
pressing
that
needs,
QB.
which were defensive
And the PAT
line
makes it
and
7-0. Quick strike offense
running
on that
back.
three-play scoring
When it
drive.
came to running back,
And they cap
they
it
really
off
did
with a
want
play
Sanders,
that can
but they
build
looked at it and
momentum,
they
a
said, look, in
78-yard
between us and the
touchdown
next
pass.
pick, it's other people running back, running back, running back,
start the
and no
return
quarterback.
inside his
So
5.
let's grab the running
Good
back
work
now,
by the
and the
coverage team
quarterback
to
we
knock
want,
down
we
the
should still
return
be
man.
able to get in the 4th round.
First down here for the offense.
Because nobody's drafting a quarterback in between us and us.
He wastes no time.
So
He comes out
other
throwing.
than Sanders
And that incomplete pass
or
caused by the big hit on
Howard
first down,
or
second down
Ewers
coming.
saying, hey, why
Well,
didn't you
that's just a
pick me
great play by the
sooner?
defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
I'm trying not to put all my eggs in one basket. I'm playing here as Sanders because I'm really hoping they draft Sanders.
And they're not on the same page there.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs
We see
miss
Hunter.
and
He
the
is
ball's
playing
not
both
right
sides
to
of the
him.
ball. Look,
Man,
he's
it makes such a
cornerback
difference with
and
yards
wide
after the
receiver.
catch.
Look, he's
In
over
this
here.
case, even catching the football, it was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult.
Donnie
for his wide receiver
Stutzman
to try
by
to
the
make a catch.
Saints. The Saints picked Donnie Stutzman, linebacker. New Orleans Saints. Hunter, he got the interception and touchdown. I wasn't even looking. He's the number 2 pick overall in the draft. Sanders is his quarterback. He said, you got to get his quarterback, man. Are you kidding me?
And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense too. Now look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out
I
wide
thought the
receiver next
Jaguars
week after
might
making
grab
that
him.
big play, but
I'm still a little
defense,
worried they
great
should
job
go.
making the interception, and you're right. Doing
Miami
something
could
with it,
grab
just slide down. Don't be content.
a
Take that thing all the way back.
QB, but they really need DL, CB. There's no needs analysis other than Steelers.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick
How
six.
does Carolina, you look at Carolina needs analysis and it's only 3 positions. Meanwhile, they're like one of the worst. How do they only need 3 positions?
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at
So
the
they
25.
picked Danny Stutzman, linebacker from Oklahoma. Not now, Patches. I got too much going on.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. The Huskies come to the line in the hurry-up.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Productive pass offense for the Huskies, and they've had a long line of quarterbacks who've gone on to the pros.
Yeah, a lot of guys that you can...
Got a lot of running room. Oh, what a spin. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Washington has it, and they're
The
fresh
pick is in for San Francisco.
After that last play, you can see
So
how
we've had,
electrifying
so far
this
we've
guy
had
is and how special he is
Dyke,
after he
wide
makes the
receiver,
catch.
Tootin,
On
running
offense,
back,
I'm trying to
Skatibo,
find a
running
lot
back,
of ways to get him
Woodson,
touches in this
safety,
game.
And it's intercepted.
Kaiser, linebacker, Johnson, wide receiver, Walker, tackle, Smith, wide receiver, Robinson, Stutzman, West.
They don't really secure the football.
So far, we've had Tennessee Titans grab Dyke. We've had Jaguars grab Tootin. We have had Skatibo go to the Giants. We've had Woodson safety go to the Jaguars. I'm not going to read all of this. Go to NFL.com and look at it. San Francisco 49ers pick C.J. West. Yeah, so far we've had... the Jaguars had Tootin, the Giants had Skatibo. Oh, he just quit. They're barely paying attention anyway. Then there's only 7 picks left for Pittsburgh. Ooh. So far we've had number 1 pick was Tennessee Titans, Dyke. We've had number 2 pick was Jacksonville Jaguars, was running back Tootin. And the Giants got Cam Skatibo, running back, Arizona State, which shows why the Steelers had to pick a running back, because they knew the Giants and Jaguars were going to pick running back. Then we had Patriots grab safety Woodson. We had Jaguars grab Kaiser, linebacker. Then the Raiders drafted Dante Thornton, big tall wide receiver. Then Buffalo Bills drafted lineman Deontay Walker, defensive lineman. Then the Jets drafted Arian Smith, wide receiver. Then the Philadelphia Eagles drafted Ty Robinson, defensive lineman. Then the New Orleans Saints drafted Danny Stutzman, linebacker. And then the San Francisco 49ers drafted C.J. West. And now the Carolina Panthers pick is in. And the Cardinals are on the clock. Pitt's number picked up time for pick 13. And nobody's projected to get quarterback except Steelers, so Steelers could potentially draft Mr. Sanders here. We'll see what happens. It's getting exciting. What do you guys think of the Steelers? Should the Steelers get Sanders? Well, there's still a lot of prospects out there that, Sanders is not the top prospect. Ahead of Sanders is Billy Bowman Jr. Look at the people the Steelers might draft. Billy Bowman Jr. They might draft Dylan Sampson. No. Jalen Royals, wide receiver. Jack Sawyer, another edge rusher. Smail Mondin, a linebacker. Braden Swinson, an edge rusher. Bond, a wide receiver. Shadir Sanders, a quarterback. Josh Farmer. The next quarterback on the list after Sanders would be, let's take a look. If the Steelers wanted quarterback, their choices are Sanders, Ewers, McCord, Riley Leonard from Notre Dame, Will Howard from Ohio State. The list probably ends there. If they want a quarterback, the list is small. It's Will Howard from Ohio State, Riley Leonard from Notre Dame. Ohio State is 6'4", 230 pounds, expected to be average. From nearby Pennsylvania, Kyle McCord. This has their high weight prediction. 6'3", backup. Quinn Ewers, projected to develop into a starter in time, 6'2". In high school, he was the #1 prospect. He had 31 passing touchdowns last year and missed one game with injury. Look at Sanders here. Sanders is 6'1", not as short as I thought. He will be a starter one day. Set school record with 64 passing touchdowns career. He completed 74% of his passes. Which was a school record. 37 passing touchdowns in one season. Started all games, all 4 years. No. He broke his back in 2023 and missed 3 games. Maybe this fractured back is what they're staying away from. Well, the Carolina Panthers picked Trevor Etienne, although he's pretty popular back. Trevor Etienne, isn't his Etienne is his brothers in the league or something? Trevor Etienne got picked by the Panthers, and Cody Simon got picked here by the Arizona Cardinals. Picked linebacker Cody Simon. So that's 3 running backs that have been picked. See, I've been saying all along, the Steelers probably grabbed running back because the guy they wanted, the Etienne, 5'9". Etienne is 5'9". Tootin, 5'9". Scatterbo, also 5'9". Johnson, the Steelers guy, Kaleb Johnson, 6'1". So he's 2 inches taller and 25 pounds stronger. So they wanted that. They wanted that bigger size. 1,700, almost 2,000 all-purpose yards. So the Steelers said, "If hey, listen, this guy's going to be gone if we don't grab him. So we better grab him while we can." Texans on the clock. Texans pick is in. Cody Simon from linebacker. So Steelers pick in 7 picks. It's going pretty quick. Ooh. Should we just wait at this point? Kind of want to film it with my camera on the TV, so we might cut away for a minute. Oh, we're going to stay live. Let's just stay live now, but you can record it, though. Man. So that's it. Steelers are on the clock. I mean, almost on the clock. I should check my mail while I'm at it. We're going to check the mail. We'll be right back. So to summarize, I think they spoke with Aaron Rodgers, got confirmation that he's going to sign, just like he did with the Jets. He told them he was going to sign, and then he signed later, closer to the season. I think the same thing here. That's why they were able to relax a little bit, and it just so happens all the other quarterbacks got taken first. I think in the 3rd round they grabbed Kaleb Johnson because they knew other running backs were going to go, and in fact 3 running backs have gone, and no quarterbacks, meaning they could still get Sanders in the 4th round. Steelers played this masterfully. I'll be right back. So I was just saying too, man. I was just saying that too. So yeah, the Billy Bowman, the safety I just mentioned, got picked up by the Falcons. Jack Hunter, another running back, got picked up by the Rams. Woody Marks, another running back, got picked up by the Titans. So I speculated yesterday. I said, look, I wonder if a bunch of people are going to pick running back. So the Steelers said, we better grab running back. And look, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running backs go after the Steelers. So they said they would have dropped 6, they would have dropped 6 spaces. So, and 0 quarterbacks. So I think the Steelers looked at it, and it had nothing to do with who want 3 and who want 4. They just said, look, nobody, the Bengals have Joe Burrow. They're not going to pick. Tennessee already picked Cam Ward. Buccaneers have a rookie, Minshew Shensu, or what, Ginsher Minshew, the third-year guy. So Carolina has Bryce Young. They're happy with. So the Steelers looks like they're going to get Sanders. It's getting exciting. Let's get the TV ready because I'm going to jump over, film it on live TV, and then I'll be right back. But you'll be able to see my live react. I just won't be able to see you. In fact, there's no reason why I can't cut over right now so you guys still see me, but let me just set it up to so it can be recorded. All right, well, we'll jump over there when the Steelers get on the clock. They are close to us. Steelers are close to on the clock. Keep this over here. So we are going to play as the Steelers' 21st pick, and we will update the title of the room. The Gunnar Helm is picked by the Tennessee Titans. Barrett Carter, linebacker, by the Bengals. And now we have Tampa Bay is picking, the Buccaneers are picking, and then the Panthers, and then the Steelers. The Panthers have picked Gunnar Helm. No, they're still on the Titans. They're talking about Sanders. They're like, the Steelers, are the Steelers going to take Sanders? Listen, Sanders completed 74% of his passing. It's stunning in history. And he had no offensive line. Give the guy offensive line. What do you think he's going to do? Tampa Bay pick is in. David Walker. Carolina pick is in. Steelers are on the clock. Steelers are on the clock. Wow. Panthers are drafting.
With the 122nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Leighton Ransom, defensive back, Ohio State.
Another Buckeye coming off the board with a
Leighton Ransom, a safety. Now, Steelers are on the clock. What will the Steelers do? Will they grab Sanders? He looks good, man. I wish we could have got him. Steelers pick is in. Steelers pick is in.
Out of Ohio State, joins from Carolina, and that puts Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock. Steelers in the first round took Derrick Harmon, defensive tackle out of Oregon by way of Michigan State. By the way, condolences to Derrick and his family on the loss of his mother yesterday. She had been ill. Telling story for Derrick. Kaleb Johnson, a running back.
Come on, they got to get Sawyer.
Second round, and now the Steelers back on the clock. And every time the Steelers come up, we wonder, is it the moment? It's still the quarterback situation. Ownership saying yesterday that they're optimistic about Aaron Rodgers. Is that where they will go? Will they go with a quarterback here?
They said optimistic about Aaron Rodgers. They had the phone call. They had a phone call with Aaron Rodgers.
With the 123rd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Jack Sawyer, linebacker, Ohio State.
Wow.
Jack Sawyer is the
They don't get Sanders. Wow. Wow, not Sanders. Wow. They don't, I guess they don't, they feel confident that Aaron Rodgers is going to sign, and they don't want Sanders. Wow, shocking. Shocking.
I was able to reach out to him and grow a connection with him. It was really special with him and his family. He passed away in November of my junior year. And in fact,
I mean, I don't get it, dude. They just got one guy. They've got T.J. Watt. They've got the Steelers got T.J. Watt. They've got fucking Highsmith. They've got Herbig. They've got. Overall recruit in the country. They said they had him rated a lot higher. He was rated 62. He's an impact player. He could play left or right side. He's fumble and pit for a touchdown. And he's a beast, man. But still, no Sanders is a big disappointment. Is the situation still true? No one's going to pick Sanders until... I mean, I think it's a good choice. I think they probably would. Wow. It's a good pick, but I'm shocked it wasn't Sanders. The Steelers don't pick again for a while. I don't plan to follow it so closely. Wow, I'm pretty shocked that the Steelers did not pick Sanders. They left him on the board. I guess they had to get this guy again. I guess they're not interested in Sanders, dude. It's nothing against this guy. He looks actually great. Who plays this new Steeler player? Well, I guess they're going to go with, this is confident Rodgers is going to sign, so they're going to go with Rodgers.
Hill, they love to say if the good Lord's not a Tar Heel, why did he make the sky Carolina blue? Glad to have you with us. Kenan Stadium in Chapel Thrill and home to the North Carolina Tar Heels. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going.
What was it? What's his name? Jack Smith? Let's see.
The Buckeyes will put total leather to crank us up. That is not the way you want to start with the kickoff going out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Criswell. Flips it out to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Got it set up on the outside. No time. The defense was there and ready for that one. They tried to set up that screen. The problem was, David, they left a big hole in it for the tackle.
And just a great job by the defense. Like, that's a fool you play. That's a trick you play. Get you to run upfield, rush the passer, slip it behind you. The defense did not bite. Great play. Great job stopping them on 3rd down.
It is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
I'll tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. 4th down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check your mentions, dog.
Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Well, when it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
If the Browns don't take Sanders now, I'll be kind of surprised. He's still available.
Here's the handoff. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
They didn't take Sanders. That's just surprised. I don't know if they're going to take a quarterback now at all. They might take maybe a 5th round. Then you could there's no pressure on the 5th round.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line or through block. Right back to him on the ground. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Well, the defense was definitely expecting a pass on that play. Their secondary was way down the field, expecting a shot vertically. They didn't blitz, and as a result, massive lanes for that running back to go through.
Toss to the left.
I think the Steelers do
and he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the line. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
The toss sweep to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there.
Deep in the draft, but still,
they're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Howard. Pressure coming. It's complete to the left. He's there to make the stop, and the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Looking to go up top on first down.
Maybe they feel like Will to get Will Howard.
They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter.
Let's take a look at Will Howard. He's no Shadir Sanders, but he's a 6'4". He's taller. Good field general. Smart. Accuracy. He's very accurate, short, strong arm. So what's the problem? He's got a strong arm. He's tall, accurate.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
Steelers took running back Dylan Sampson.
He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. They get another rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap. Try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Miami and the Jets have 2 picks. Shadir could fall to us
and
in
they've
5.
converted their first 2 third-down opportunities, but a 3rd and long is a different animal. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. With the catch, it's Smith. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Trying to get to it. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
Defensive tackle by Colts grabbed the defensive tackle.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there.
Maybe thank God
Let's see what happens
when
they bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that
drafted,
one. That linebacker was a
heat-seeking
missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
His fractured back, he fractured his back in 23.
Understanding
when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat. Completed 75%.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to put
he had him
passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Look at that.
Will not get there.
Sawyer just made that play.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football and let him get lathered up.
Sanders really bad, but they're
coming after him. Escapes trouble. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Looking for a crease. It's Henderson. Runs through a tackle. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Howard. Using his feet to buy time. Going for 6. Go to the end zone, picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way. A first down for the offense.
Wide receiver for Jalen Daniels.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
For the Ravens.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Wide open downfield. Turns it on in midfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
Teddy Buchanan for the Ravens. Ravens get
running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Power football with the run. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Oh, he felt the coach. He didn't notice the time, dude. Or he... I thought he was going to call a timeout and took the He wasn't paying attention, or he just... Maybe he didn't have a timeout.
On the run from inside his own 5. Makes a move.
Good toe on the sideline now.
Glory on that return, but he'll step out of bounds at the...
Sorry, I just want to look at the team here. Hey, thanks for watching. What do you think of the Steelers draft? Look at these halfbacks. 95. Egupka, 92, 90. just want to look at the team here. See, so I should run off left tackle. Yeah, so we're playing as Steelers picks and stuff.
That offense back out there. There's certainly room for improvement after that scoreless first half stalemate.
Yeah, we've set offense back 30 years in that first half, but we've got a whole new half to play here. So why not come out on this first drive, make a statement, and finally get us back into the age of contemporary college football?
You sound very discouraged as I sound encouraged. That's great defense. Phenomenal defense in the first half. Who doesn't love a 0-0 halftime game?
Pocket starts to collapse. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Henderson. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
That's a really nice throw. When you think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University, with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you, this is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years. They push the ball vertically down the field. This guy has the skill set. That's why he's out there on the field right now. He allows this offense to really go. He's playing at a high
expectation, explosive to push the ball on the field. So you got to think about.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? Touchdown, Ohio State. And that one will give him the lead.
Think about that, you know.
And finally, somebody gets on the score in the first half of no points, 0-0. Now in the third quarter. Sometimes when you get that rhythm and that offense rolling, sometimes it's hard to stop. So let's see if this is a trendsetter. Let's see if this starts the offensive momentum.
On him. It was a big-time program, so Will Howard could be a good pick. I'd be happy if they grabbed Howard or Sanders. But no quarterback at all, I'd be like, what?
They'll try to add another to their lead.
They could be staying away from Sanders because of the broken back in 23, and there could be some other
the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
I don't think it can't just be his son, you know. Media friends. The thing is, a lot of the people have a quarterback.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
A lot of teams have co-nicks. They pick the quarterback the previous year or two. And next year there's 8 #1 picks expected in the first round.
You thought you might have a little better field position. You just get some
next year they expect
that first down
6.
right now.
This year there was
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. And then a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out of space, see if the dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
In competition, like someone
on
like
third down, going up top.
Syracuse McCord, he might get to a developmental
and he'll
squad.
Run out of bounds, but a much-needed productive play in the passing game. And the Tar Heels getting set on first and 10.
Thompson.
To throw, it's Chris
A lot of these guys are really good.
And the quick shuffle pass.
Another incompletion, and
They're
I've
good,
said
not
that
great.
a lot. And these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Unloads to the wideout. And the ball is intercepted. Got room on the return. Running inside the 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Buckeyes. What a play by this defense with a pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on
I thought he should have run. He had the open field and he stopped.
So my guy can get
he
it
wasn't
and
wrong
take it
because
back
he had
to
all
the
day to
house.
sit there and look for somebody, but he was wrong in that with the
And
way
the
he
extra
chose
point makes
was
it 14-0.
not the best choice. He could have ran for 10 yards, I thought, and I thought he was going to, but then I'm like, well, he has all day to pass.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it.
So I think what happened was Aaron Rodgers called the Steelers on the phone and said, hey,
Let's
man,
see what he can do with the return.
No, I mean, the Roonies called Rodgers
And they'll get him
said,
on
hey,
the ground
you
as the
still on
offense
board?
comes
He
out
said,
to
yes.
start the next drive.
Rooney said, okay, without spoiling Rodgers' game plan. Rodgers said, I don't want to announce it for the training camp because otherwise they hound me all summer. And I'd rather deal with the speculation media than now you're a Steeler media. It's too much. So if you don't mind, I just wait until training camp and I'll sign then. All right, cool.
And
No
I don't
problem.
think they got it snapped before the play
Posted
clock
that
ran out.
freaking out.
There's a difference
Pittsburgh
between being
Pittsburgh
methodical and thorough
newspaper, you know.
and slow. They were slow.
And
They got the flag.
and he goes on Pat McAfee and says, "Look, man, I've got shit going on. If they really want to, when he's saying go ahead, sign someone else because he doesn't. There's no one better. If you want to sign Kirk Cousins, go ahead.
They'll operate out
he
of
stinks.
split backs.
So Steelers talked to Rodgers. You still on board? Yes. Okay,
Off the
cool.
play fake on first
So
down. The
urgency?
throw.
No.
And the heat gets there.
Steelers
And they
urgency?
get it down
No.
at the 14-yard
Why is
line.
there Steeler urgency?
The
No.
offense will have to
Well,
use its first time
Aaron
out of the
Rodgers
half.
said he was going to
They'll try
sign.
to find a more productive play
And
this
we believe
time
it,
on
'cause
second and
what
long
else did
from the
Rodgers
14.
say on Pat McAfee? No, I'm not
Movement here from the
pressuring
tight end.
Minnesota. No, I'm
Looking
not
for a man.
holding
It's
out
Chris
for
Welch.
Saints. It's
And
all
he
fault.
feels the
No,
heat
it's not
coming
about
in and
money.
burns him up. Another
I'm not
sack.
holding them hostage.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the
just wanna enjoy
quarterback.
the
They
summer,
went at
man. Can
halftime,
everyone
thought they
relax?
made the right
Like,
adjustments,
I can
but
relate to
it's
that.
not
I
looking
was,
like it
you
right
know
now. They're
what?
still having issues
Makes sense
keeping
to
this
me.
guy standing up straight
And
up
it makes
front.
sense
They're
to
just
me
getting
that the
beat
Steelers
across
and
the
Tomlin
board.
would be on board
Well, and
and
you can
say,
tell the QB,
yeah,
he drops back and he
no
wants to throw
problem.
the football. He wants to push it downfield, try to get the first down.
There's take
Couldn't do it.
Ribbon
Nobody was open,
Hippolyte.
couldn't find anybody, took off to
Linebacker
scramble.
Ribbon
Great job by the
Hippolyte.
defense reacting
Ruben,
to it,
Ruben.
getting him on the ground, stopping him short
Quinn
of the first
Riley, cornerback to Louisville.
They
Quinn
might
Riley,
need
the
a
Jets
telescope to
took
find the first
Maliki
down
Moore.
marker, but they'll go for it
Maliki
on
Moore
fourth down.
to the Jets. Teddy
He'll try
Buchanan,
to throw and pick up the first down.
great play
And
by
it's
him.
incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
So,
And
Aaron
defensively,
Rodgers
this
says,
is beautiful.
hey, I'll sign later. Hey, okay, no problem. So, there you have it. So there's no urgency. So what is an urgency for the Steelers? Defensive line, they've got Benton is good, but they've got nobody. Who's their left defensive end? They got right end Cam Hayward. Let's go through their starting lineup. Right end Cam Hayward, middle Benton, left nobody. So boom, now you got Harmon and Sawyer. So now you've got a 35-year-old Hayward, let's face it. I'm hoping he could play one or two more seasons even. He's still got a lot of uxpa in him, but now you could rotate in Sawyer, fresh, keep him fresh, and you have Harmon. You can move Benton over because Benton's more agile. He's got that interception last year. So, and Harmon's a little heavier. So you got Harmon in the anchor, and then you got Sawyer, which can maybe push the line and give so with Sawyer, Watt, Harmon, Benton, and Herbig and Highsmith, they've got a lot of pressure now onto the quarterback. Harmon should shore up their rush defense quite a bit. Their running defense should be a lot better with Harmon and Benton both in the middle. So, a lot of times the Steelers have to go to a 2-4-5. They have a fifth defensive back, which I think because they're trained to try to stop Tom Brady. But now they'll be able to play a more of a traditional 3-4. Now they'll have Harmon, Benton, and Sawyer with Hayward also, mentoring that line. So, and they haven't had a push since Aaron Smith days when they say hike and the defensive line are, knifing it through the offensive line, and you're seeing that pushback. We haven't seen that really since Aaron Smith. Hayward, yeah, but he's the only one. So if you can see that like on both sides, boom, the defenses get, and now Watt's more powerful. So, it's a good draft, but the Steelers still need a quarterback. But they lost Najee Harris, so they have Warren, but Warren's contract is up next year. They might not re-sign Warren again. Gainwell's in on a 1-year deal, so they figured now they need a running back, and the other guys are kind of like this guy has 25 pounds more weight than the other guys that are on the board, so they had to draft running back, and Sawyer they had to draft. Now I think the situation still is the same. No one's going to pick quarterback, so they still can get Shadur. If they don't get Shadur, they should get Will Howard. So it is going on the draft. Jalen Royals got signed by Kansas City. So we have Ruben Hippolyte, linebacker for Chicago, Quincy Riley, quarterback Louisville, and Jalen Royals. Well, I want to play as the new Steeler guy that they just drafted. 1-versus-1. This should be a good match. We got to play Sawyer, the guy that the Steelers just drafted, and Will Howard, the quarterback they're probably going to draft. Well, they could pick him up maybe in round 6. Don't forget, there's a couple more rounds. So I'm not going to stream the whole time, but
Settled next to the Willamette River, Hudson Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. Coaches like to say no game is more important than any other. When you have a couple of top 10 teams ready to square off, that would carry some good.
I would have drafted Kansas over Harmon. But they need Harmon. They haven't had a case of him. And Harmon is, I'm about to play against Harmon now. We got two Steeler draft picks in this game. We have Harmon and the name of this stream here is Harmon Schwartz. Schwartz. Sawyer, not Schwartz. Harmon Sawyer. We played as the running back earlier.
He'll bring it out. It's Ballard.
And the Steelers might draft Howard. Gabriel went to the Browns, the quarterback on the Oregon Ducks.
Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there.
Denver's pick is in, and they are on the clock. This round's a little long. They have, because if you're wondering why there's more than 32 picks, it's 32 teams, but there's 36 picks. It's 4 compensation picks. Something happened last year. The league owes them picks or something.
Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line.
Something happened.
They'll try the run. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver shows motion. Feeling some heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Oh, man, that defensive back just hurled himself in there like a lightning bolt to get the quarterback.
I hate that thing
You
when
see
you
the
tap.
speed, the closing speed to run, chase the quarterback.
Wide
get him on the
receiver,
ground. That's why he
Jalen
plays
Royal.
defensive back. He
Kansas
looks
City,
like a
the
pass
Super
rusher.
Bowl
And you can
team.
definitely see he can hit that turbo button.
Losers, Super Bowl losers. Drafted Jalen Royal.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And he was hit just as he released it.
Robinson, edge rusher
We're already in
from
the first quarter,
Alabama,
but already you
went
get
to
the feeling
Denver.
this could be a
Denver,
long day for this
edge
QB.
rusher,
He's already been
Alabama.
sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete
Now the
throw.
Ravens
They've
are
got
on
to
the
find
clock
a way
with
to do a
extra
better job up front of
compensatory
protecting
pick.
this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
And the
One
Buckeyes
is
line up to punt
technically
it
over.
away. The punter going to get his first work of the
4
afternoon.
is technically over.
A
Steelers made 3
low-line
picks. Their
drive
second
and not
pick
his
was
best
DK
work.
Metcalf.
A
So
fair
the
catch is
Steelers got
called
Harmon,
for and made
DK
just
Metcalf.
across the 50-yard line.
The running back Kaleb Johnson and Sawyer, this guy, Kyle Sawyer.
First down for this offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking to scramble. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack.
He plays
get a lost
linebacker
yardage
and
play.
edge.
I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
They'll run it from the gun. And a good, solid
Yeah,
pickup
Sawyer
before the
33
defense cuts him down.
The
It's going to be
Ravens
important this
picked
offensive line is able
Tonka
to get a
Hemingway,
little bit of push.
defensive
Just got to
tackle.
give this guy an
His
inch,
body.
a little
You're a
crease,
Raider fan
and he
out
can
there.
make
You got
yards.
Tonka Hemingway,
Looking
big
to pick up
defensive
a first
tackle.
down on 3rd and short from the 43.
A big anchor like Harmon.
Looking to pass. It's Gabriel.
Ooh,
Can't
great
make
play
the
by
connection. The
number
pressure
3.
there caused the missed timing.
And as an offense, you've got such a special talent playing QB. You've got to do a better job protecting him. If you can let this guy set his feet, he can light this defense up.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
Play by him. The Ravens are on the clock. Please note that round 4 is over, but these are some compensatory
They'll start the
picks
drive here with first down to open this period.
received for. Seahawks got Cooper Kupp. They're looking for
Looking to move
offensive
it through the
line.
air. Got him downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically.
So yeah, I used to watch Sanders play. I mean, I always hated him because, you know,
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
started
You
to
thought it
show
was
building.
noisy when the Duck rolled out on that
You
motorcycle.
know, come to think of it, it's like Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if he's politics
Man,
and
what a
stupid
great
science
job
to get
getting
people
this
killed, but at
crowd
the end of the day,
early. This is not one of the biggest
he's
crowds
just
in the country,
talking on the
but
radio.
Alpha Stadium is one
Like,
of
they're
the
allowed to
loudest
talk on the
places
radio.
you will ever
Say
be
whatever
in,
you want. You
love
have your
their
opinion. You're allowed to have an opinion.
He'll try to
What's
tack
really
on
scaring
one
me
more.
is Trump harassing people for their
An
political
unforced error
opinions
there. They
and
don't get
having
the
people
snap off in
arrested.
time.
Starts with students.
The
and
officials
then-
offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
I mean, Pacman said
perhaps
they
a
can't take
slightly
his
more
book, but you
difficult
know what?
attempt
You're
from
allowed
the
to,
8.
it's a private company. They're allowed to.
And with the extra point, they
do
get
that,
the
but
first
that's
7 of
not
the
the
game.
government. It's still
So
a
that
little
scoring
alarming.
drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run.
Tennessee's
Lining up
pick
to
is
cover the
in.
kick after that touchdown
Yeah, the
drive.
Pacman was free runner, so they canceled his book on Amazon.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he's able to pick his way through
But
the
he's
traffic
still able to
nicely
sell
for
it
a
like
good
in the
return
country,
on
but
that
it's a
one before
little
he's brought
alarming
down.
that the company Amazon canceled his book. Evidently pressure from the Trump administration. Books that they didn't on Amazon, so still buy his book in America. I'm not saying America banned it, but they put pressure on the company.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it
So
last
it is
time.
worth
Yeah, and I think this
note
offense needs to
in the
start with the
news.
first play. You need to be successful.
Underthrown, interception.
Fires and picked off.
I bet it's
Just
what
a
this is
short
doing here.
return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
They did. The Tennessee got Ellie
Safeties, you think
Arnie
about
more
hitters, you think
Stanford.
about guys spinning down in the box, making
Wide
tackles.
receiver, they're
You don't
saying
really think about coverage
that they
skills all
needed
the time,
to,
but this
they
guy might
wanted
change
some
your mind.
receivers
With
for
great
Cam
tight
Ward.
coverage and man-to-man, and makes a play on the football. What a play.
Now the Patriots on the clock.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Out of the gun, the inside give.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these
The
little
guy,
ones. Set the tone,
Sanders,
stay balanced.
has 75% passing last year. That's insane, dude. No, his career, 74% over in 500 passes. 74%.
Back to throw, it's
passing.
Gabriel.
Normally you're like
Fires to the
64, like
A strike
53% is
downfield.
good. If you're 55% passing,
the
you're doing
defense
really
to
good.
take it in.
63%
Touchdown,
passing.
Oregon. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want
Brad
to come
Shaw.
out, start clicking, make some plays.
Ben
It doesn't always work that way.
You
But
know.
when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it.
74%?
Now the other team better respond.
Is unheard of. It's a
Now
reason
they'll
on
line
the
up
for
in what
this
they
one. It
hope
must
is
be because
automatic.
it's broken back, but it also has to do with it's a lot of things. His broken back, his
And with the
charisma.
extra point, they
don't
push
like
the
the
lead
black
out
guys
a little
charisma.
further.
They drop the white
Aggressive
people
play
for-
calling on that
there
drive.
is
Just
no
2
road
plays, they
flag
get the
and
long
no
touchdown
flag.
pass to pay it off.
Necessarily say that, but the other thing is they all drafted quarterbacks last year, and there's 7 or
The
8
kickoff
quarterbacks
team out
coming
there
next
set to
year.
move it away.
They have more pressing needs. And the Steelers again might have looked at it and said, look, I don't mean to be
He'll
rude to
return it.
Mr. Sanders, but we can still get
Stop at
him
the
or
17, and he's
Howard
probably
or
second-guessing
Moody.
that
So
return.
this is the one edge rusher we want, and these are the 3 quarterbacks we want. You know, we have 3 quarterbacks that we want. We
First
want
down here
Howard,
with time
Ewing,
for maybe
or
one
Ford
more
or
play
Sanders.
until the 2-minute
4
warning.
quarterbacks. And there's one edge rusher that we want. You know,
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got it in the middle. It's Judkins. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime.
We have these other guys. But this is the one linebacker we definitely do want.
Trying to
This
convert
guy
this
could play
second and
outside
short.
linebacker or edge.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Dropping back, it's Howard. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
He could play left or right side just the same.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. They'll try to get it through the air. Makes the grab. It's Judkins. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Inside the tag.
Shit, I hit the wrong button too, man. I didn't mean to do that. Holy shit.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, that
like,
should spark this whole team. Like,
that was
the
a crazy
comeback is
play.
more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement.
Just roll with it like it
the
was
passing
on
game's
purpose.
rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Lining up to add another.
The Patriots took defensive tackle Josh Farmer.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it done with a big play, a 76-yarder for the score.
Well, it also might work where, like, you
About
get...
to kick it off after
so, like,
punching it in for the touchdown.
New England traded with Seattle and got their pick this year in this round, and it was dependent on
And
the
he
player.
takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return.
Could have been something that happened last year.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man. And sometimes it's snow.
Gonna let it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you can tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Going back to the well, another deep ball.
Wow, that time he got it.
And
He's got the time, dude.
Touchdown Ducks! What a catch and run for 6.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football,
upset,
making the big play.
Surprised them. I was really kind of upset when they drafted Sawyer. I wanted Sanders. I was shocked when I heard some. Then, like, I don't know who he is. So then I looked Jack Sawyer, and he's it's good. Let's look at him. Oh, he bailed. '49ers pick Jordan Watkins, wide receiver, Mississippi. Minnesota is on the clock in round 5. Minnesota on the clock. Steelers coming round again. Oh, good. I got to win. 4-0. Let's see if we could keep it going. They're asking, do you think Deion Sanders is hurting Shadir by like being his Tyron Ingram Dawkins, defensive tackle. Sean Payton said, hey, listen, Sanders is a good quarterback, and he shouldn't worry where he gets drafted, if it's first or seventh. Sean Payton, the Denver guy, vouched for him. He said, yeah. He said, I followed him his whole career, and he's a good, outstanding man. He's a good quarterback. Uh-oh. Sam Howell, backup quarterback, traded to the Vikings. What's going on here? Stop. Yeah, Shadir's probably going to go now. Come on. They're saying the Seahawks are going to they're going to grab Shadir. The Seahawks are trading their quarterback away. Their backup quarterback, which means they might be drafting Shadir. Ravens are on the clock. Sam Howell, the Seahawks traded their quarterback away to move up in the draft. What they drafted up for, we don't know. And what that means, we're not sure. They might be trading Howell to grab Sanders. They already got Jalen Milroe, but they could draft both of them. So see, we could go this in real time a little faster. Carson Benson. Well, I don't know. Might as well wait, right? There's been a lot of moves before the Steelers. If the Steelers wanted to, they could jump up and grab Sanders, but they must not. They don't care. I think I should stop thinking about Sanders, dude. The Steelers might not even get a quarterback, dude. They're like, we're happy with Aaron Rodgers and Rudolph. Don't you think the Steelers would have got Sanders already if they wanted him? Seahawks on the clock. Oh, man. Cam Jackson is a good. The Panthers got a good lineman in Cam Jackson. And Cam Jackson, a good tackle. Carson Vincent, good offensive tackle for Baltimore. For the 12th, anywhere the 12th man, they say. Seattle traded up to get Riley Mills, defensive tackle. I'll tell you what, I'm watching on the web, and the web updates it instantly. The hacked website is about 2 minutes behind. The TV and the web are just about instant. It's going to go pretty quick. It's been 5 picks already in just 10 minutes, so it might only be... Steelers might pick in 15 minutes again. So I don't want to start a game. Plus, let's see who the Steelers pick will... Whoever the Steelers pick will play as that player again. Who's it going to be? Who will we play with next? I don't see a quarterback going because the Dolphins, like Tua Maglova, they're not going to draft a quarterback. And that would ruin, like, they want to build around him, not, like, ruin his... Jordan Phillips, Maryland. And then Dolphins picked Maryland, up in Maryland player, Jordan Phillips, Maryland. Defensive tackle. Now this Browns are on the Dolphins are on the clock. Oh no, the Browns traded up past the Steelers. They're probably going to grab Sanders, dude. Yeah, I'll be surprised if the Browns didn't trade up to grab Sanders because they jump in front of the Steelers, right? And let's prevent the Steelers from getting Sanders, dude. Yeah. This way they prevent Steelers from getting Sanders, and because they can't be happy with Pickett. And can Cleveland be happy with Pickett and Flacco? No way, dude. I bet they jumped up to get in front of Steelers, man. Cleveland here, they probably grabbed Sanders. We're stuck with Will Howard. Fuck. They showed it early. They showed Sanders with the Cleveland thing already, man. They showed the clip. They showed a graphic of Shadir with Cleveland, dude. They fucked it up, dude. They showed the glimpse of the clip already. Looks like Cleveland did jump up and grab Sanders. Steelers lost Sanders. Bummer, dude. Yeah, Steelers lost Sanders. Bummer, dude. They showed it, even though it's unannounced, they showed a graphic. It showed Sanders with the Browns, and it says the Browns pick is in, and then it showed a picture of Sanders with the Browns, and then they took it down really quick. It's saying the team needs QB. They're setting it up now, saying the team needs QB. Before it didn't say that. So I'm sure they jumped up to grab Sanders. Oh, man, I'm going to be sick. This is so disappointing, dude. I wanted Sanders so bad, dude. And now the Cleveland's going to get him? Good thing Cleveland stinks and we beat them a lot. Like poor Kenny Pickett, he thought he was going to start, and now he's going to have Sanders and Flacco to contend with. Why else would they trade up in front of the Steelers, dude? And then ESPN's already setting it up, saying they need a quarterback, and they mistakenly showed the graphic already, dude. Yeah, they mistakenly showed the graphic already of. Oh well. So, I guess I don't know. I guess I don't care who the Steelers pick anymore. I just thought they would get Sanders, and then I held hope all this time, dude. Why couldn't the Steelers trade with Seattle? The Steelers are so. You know what's disappointing me? The Steelers don't care about Sanders. They don't seem to care about quarterback at all. You know what concerned me also? How last year the Steelers weren't concerned about a wide receiver. They're like, eh. And you just kept waiting for them and then wait, and they never got one. The fact is, Aaron Rodgers isn't signed right now. Just because he said, he's a man of his word. He told him he was going to sign. Just like they did with the Jets, man. But I would have got Sanders instead of fucking Harmon, dude. I would have went Sanders, tackle. But see, they didn't have a second pick. You could have got a defensive lineman now, dude. Sure, they'll take Sanders off the board. Yep, Shadir Sanders. Steelers really fucked up, dude. How do you neglect the most important position, dude? And you could, this guy's around, dude. You pick up fucking Harmon instead of him, dude. Are you fucking joking, dude? He should have been a high first-round pick, and the Steelers, desperate for a quarterback, let him go for the Browns in the 5th fucking round, dude. It's disgusting, dude. It's disgusting. As a Steeler fan, absolutely disgusting, dude. You could, there's a million fucking 300-pound linemen you could pick right now, dude. And there's only one of these guys, dude. There's a million 300-pound fucking linemen you can get. Picking a fucking defensive lineman, run-of-the-mill lineman, you get a million fucking linemen, dude, and they let this guy go to the 5th fucking round, dude. They're going into the league, they've got nobody but Mason Rudolph. Disgusting, dude. Fucking joke, dude. Stewars struggles to put points on the board. The only problem is whether you like his personality or not. What a fucking joke, dude. They said this. The Steelers, the Ewers is supposedly stupid, dude. They got Dylan Gabriel too, man. Why did... jumped up to take him away from the Steelers because they already got Gabriel, the number one. He's a highly rated quarterback from Oregon, so it was quite a surprise that they also jump up. They basically wanted to sabotage the Steelers, man. We can't sit here and let the Steelers pick Sanders, dude. In the 5th round. We can't let it happen. I'm sure it was a situation where they wanted to Pickett's out again. Because it's not going to be Flacco, and not going to be the rookies. Steelers are so dumb, dude. I lost all faith in the Steelers. It really is sad when you see your organization and they just make dumb moves over and over again, like the way they quit allowing Russell Wilson to pass, and then they mishandled Russell Wilson, and then they're waiting for Aaron Rodgers, and they don't sign for 3 days. They don't sign Shadur, and then they just allow Cleveland to jump in front of them. Everyone's got to be scratching. Their whole NFL's scratching their head. Like, what the fuck, Steelers? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? They jumped up to sabotage Pittsburgh, man. They were like, well, we can't let Pittsburgh grab him, dude. They said, well, what are we going to do? Let Pittsburgh grab him? You know? You're not going to let Pittsburgh have him. Might as well wait, man. they're afraid to say racism, and he's like afraid to say like because he's black, and they don't want a black charismatic leader. That's what they're afraid to say, man. Because it's like a lot of racism. He's a black charismatic guy, dude, and no one wants a black charismatic guy. Well, Mel was saying he was not sure why he dropped, and the black guy's trying to say, "Well, we know why," but he's not going to come out and say he's not going to come out and say racism because he's on the show. And Mel's dancing around it, trying to pry it out of him. Like, but look, he's not going to come out and say, it's a racism, man. And the announcer can't really come out and say what he's thinking. They jumped up to fuck the Steelers over, dude. That's what they have 5 quarterbacks on their roster. They just wanted to fuck Pittsburgh over, man. They knew Pittsburgh would take them. Then Cleveland can be like, hey, Pittsburgh will trade you Kenny Pickett back. What are they going to do with Deshaun Watson? Their $250 million starter. They're going to have to cut Deshaun, man. Or they trade Deshaun Watson to Pittsburgh? We don't want him, man. I'm saying, dude. The Browns jumped up to fuck the Steelers over. It's that simple, you know. We'll see who the Steelers get now. Probably. It's embarrassing, dude. Now the Steelers get some fucking lesser quarterback. How embarrassing. Oh, he was actually nice. There's a list on the Allegheny County Housing Authority. Landlords and emails. Wait. Where was this? All right. Well, a lot of people don't want. I guess the Steelers, they just don't. Like I said, man, they really just. The Steelers just weren't that interested in Sanders, man. And the Browns are clowns with 5 quarterbacks. They just wanted to make sure the Steelers didn't have one. Well, the crappy thing is that they said the remaining quarterbacks are stupid. Maybe the Steelers should just wait till next year now. I mean, you can grab one of these guys. I'm not excited anymore, though. They can grab Quinn, Erwers, any of these guys, Riley Leonard, but none of these guys, man. Maybe Kyle McCord. Oh, well, how disappointing. Yeah, he's great. He can play outside linebacker or defensive end. The Steelers let Cleveland take Shadir Sanders. It's nauseating and embarrassing. Rodgers probably verbally committed to them on Wednesday when he spoke with Mr. Rooney. The Steelers might really want to draft a quarterback. Steelers trade away their pick. What do the Steelers get? The Steelers wanted to regroup, dude. Steelers lost Sanders and said, whoa, wait a minute, let's regroup. What did the Steelers receive? Yes, you are all together on a list already, appeared on the Allegheny County Housing Authority website. On the Go Fuck Yourself website. What a bummer, dude. I forgot I even forgot that the Browns drafted Gabriel. The Browns already have Deshaun Watson and drafted Gabriel earlier. They just jumped in front of Pittsburgh to screw us over. Honestly, should have taken Sanders with the #1 pick. They still haven't found their Casey Hampton, but there are a dozen 350-pound defensive tackles they could have gotten, and only one Sanders. Hopefully Harmon is good like Aaron Smith. Oh, great. It's not helpful. So what did the Steelers get in the draft, dude? They didn't really report on it. Steelers trade. We just drafted down a few. We moved up to get 9. We moved up in round 6 and 7. We dropped down in round 5 and then moved up in round 6 and 7. I don't see any good point of that. I think they're stunned that the Browns fucked the Steelers over on purpose, man. So the Steelers pick again now in a couple picks, so they only trade down 5 spots. And then they moved up 10 spots in 7 and 11 spots in 6. I mean, Harmon's a good player. I don't want to knock Harmon, but man. '49ers picked Marcus Sigel. It was good. That pizza was good. Yeah, so I'm super bummed out that Steelers didn't get any of the quarterbacks I wanted, man. Milroe, Dart, Sanders, and then they had Sanders available all the way to the 5th round, only to have Cleveland jump up and snatch him at the last second. And Cleveland, who doesn't even need a quarterback, just figured, hey, you know what? We can't let the Steelers grab Sanders, man. Now, I don't know. Will Howard. Well, now it's Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers and Rudolph. Maybe this guy, Kyle McCord. Yeah, maybe Will Howard or. Yeah, I mean, I guess they'll draft Kyle McCord now from Syracuse. Or they might wait until next round even. Well, the Steelers pick 28, and then they pick. There's fuck, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 compensatory picks. Because the Steelers are on the clock again. And then the Steelers pick kind of quick. They pick number 9 in round 6, so heck, we might as well just keep watching at this point, right? But we'll play with for the 5th round pick. Really disappointed. Cleveland grabbed him away from Pittsburgh. Let's face it, the only reason they wanted him was to fuck Pittsburgh over, man. Well, the interview, they said that they're friends, that the Kyle Musgrave affiliate of the Browns was teammates, was Dion, and there's a connection. They all had dinner together, and it was a very positive experience. Then why they didn't draft him earlier instead of Gabriel? I think they just saw him still sitting there in the 5th round and said, hey, we could grab him and we could use a quarterback as draft bait. But the Steelers have a lot of picks next year also, so Steelers are on the clock. Man, I can't believe they'd miss Sam. I thought they were going to get him at 5th. As soon as Cleveland traded up, I knew. I was like, oh no, Cleveland traded up. They're gonna fuck us over on purpose. And then the ESPN set it up. They showed the graphic early before they got to top, and then they changed the QB need to. They changed Cleveland's need to QB, which is like Cleveland doesn't need a QB. They've got fucking Deshaun Watson, Flacco, Pickett, and then they just drafted Gabriel. Now they're gonna bring in another guy. You go only have so many snaps to compete and practice with, you know. There's so many quarters in preseason, you know. So I don't want any. I wanted Sanders but not through Cleveland, so they could have everyone. Now I don't know. I'll throw my passion behind whoever we pick, dude. But I'm disappointed. Very disappointed. Cleveland fucked us over, but the one thing I have to say is Cleveland kind of fucked themselves over because now they have 5 quarterbacks that they have to pay money to. So it's just like a clown show of Cleveland, even though it was kind of smart for them to like fuck Pittsburgh over and get them cheap. Panthers picked Mitchell Evans, tight end, Mackey Awards finalist. Who will the Steelers pick here? Steelers pick is in. The first day was exciting. They flashed the lights for every team, and every team has a graphic. But then by like the third day, they're like just talking about other things. They're talking about the first day. Top, and oh, by the way, they even have commercials sometimes during the pick. The hype dies way down. Shadir got a lot of hype. Last year they lost the AFC wild card. They brought back Rudolph. They got Slay. Six straight playoff losses. Lost final. They were 10-3, then lost the final 5 games. They need a quarterback. They could use another wide receiver. Well, defensive tackle, cornerback, Miles Frazier, guard, Torrey Horton, Colorado State, longer beam, Kyle McCord, quarterback. The next best quarterback is Kyle McCord. Tez Johnson from Oregon would be amazing. Will Howard, I would say Howard, Tez, or McCord, who I want to see right now. I think you got to draft one of the quarterbacks now. You can't risk losing them. You got to grab McCord or Will Howard, I think, or even Ubers. I don't blame him for getting the defensive lineman. They would have got Sanders, the running back. But I saw as soon as Cleveland jumped up, I said, "Oh no," because it was all going the way I wanted it to get Sanders. And Cleveland jumped up. I said, "Oh no," even though they already had Gabriel. I thought they could just be trying to fuck us over. They still don't have a quarterback. It's question. They have 5 question marks. So. Brett Kiesel, cool. Oh. Defensive end from Iowa. Wow, it's pretty good. Underrated, hard to find guys like him. They sure did shore up their defensive line a lot, dude. Steelers. The 3 defensive linemen. I think you have to look at it from a holistic. Yeah, you got to look at it holistically a little bit. Let's play as Iowa. Now we got 2 Iowa players, so that's pretty good for our stream here. So hey, we're back. Hi. Steelers picked this guy from Iowa, so that's kind of great for my stream. They pick this guy named Black. Yaya Black. So Yaya Black. You have to look at it holistically. The Steelers gave up 160 yards to the you know what I mean? The Steelers gave up 160 yards to the to the Ravens. So they got 3 linemen. This guy could be a big nose tackle. He's 336 pounds. Jeez. This could be the nose tackle they need. Started all the games as 7 tackles for loss. The city, massive nose tackle. So I don't know what that means for Benton. Oh look, we're playing our alma mater, Pittsburgh, the team I'm normally is the Panthers. Hey, I'm normally the Panthers. So I don't know what that means for Benton. They moved Benton outside and...
Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Now they have
home of the
Benton,
Panthers,
Harmon.
and a program built on the backs of legends like Tony Dorsett, Hugh Green, Mark May, and Mike Ditka. Give it the toughness that is epitomized by anyone who plays
Benton,
in the
Harmon,
Steel City.
the new guy from Ohio
We have a
State,
ranked
Stewart.
versus unranked battle coming up here. You know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Pit lined up, ready for the opening kickoff as we get things underway.
I'm normally Pittsburgh, but... Yeah, Kaleb Johnson, Jock Sawyer. So they've got Harmon, Benton,
25-yard line.
Sawyer, Black, Hayward. Now they have similar to Cleveland, from none to a lot. Yeah, they've got Cam Hayward, Keanu Benton, Sawyer, Harmon, and this guy Yaya Black. So now they've got 5 guys plus Leo. So they're pretty much now they're set.
Offense set on first down.
I'd say they're set at defensive line now.
Give to the running back. Keeps the legs moving. And he's brought down after a nice
This will be the Steelers' new running back here, Kaleb Johnson.
Coming out as an away team, everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Oh, you know
Toss
what?
sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. We'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Running back searching for a hole. And they'll stop him just.
So the Steelers drafted this guy, Kaleb Johnson, and this guy, Yaya Black. He's not even the best guy on the team, though. He's down here. Look, Yaya Black, 85. Low. Run stopper. 6'5". He's huge. Well, they got two guys, man. Compete and rotate.
First down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's McNamara.
No.
And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. And the Hawkeyes will move the sticks.
And how about that call? You're right around midfield, 4th down on your opening drive, so you run the football and you put your trust and confidence in your offensive line up front to get it done and keep your offense on the
yeah,
field.
85. It's not that impressive for this pick. I would have maybe threatened the cord, but he said it was Kuiper's best available, and it does shore up their offensive line.
To the ground, he's got it again.
It's still,
they'll pick up
they need a Casey Hampton.
Just a simple power.
I don't know that it says they're not happy with Benton.
Be big, be physical. Make it a 4th quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. They'll give it to Johnson. They get him down
He's
at the
agile.
34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a 1st down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
To the air on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Johnson.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
8th play of the drive coming up. Looking downfield, it's McNamara.
Oh.
Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. This opening drive, methodical, efficient. They'll snap it for the 9th time on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Offense in an empty set.
It's ready to hike it.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll ride the hot hand. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
What's going on? Did the game lag out? I just set the controller down and went to move the thing because we get better reception over there. hell? The hell, the game just like took a nosedive. Jordan Hancock. What to do? Guess I was wrong, dude. It's true, dude. Other people agree with me. This game froze. I'm wondering if it's gonna unfreeze. Isn't it gonna time out or something? I don't know. Will this time out or what? Never seen it glitch like that. Guess we're gonna have to end the stream. Oh well. So the Steelers didn't draft Sanders. Sanders was on the board. They could have drafted him, but they drafted. Instead, they drafted. I keep forgetting his name, man. Jack Sawyer, edge rusher. He's a beast. He is. Kaleb Johnson, Derrick, Harmon, Yaya Black. They probably would have got Sanders in round 5, but Cleveland jumped up and prevented them from doing it. Their arch nemesis. So they end up moving up in round 6 and 7, and they get 2 picks in round 7. So 10 and 13. So they actually pick 3 more times. And then, of course, there's tons of everyone else is a free agent. You could sign them. Yes, they end up picking 10 and 13 in round 7. Oh, man. Come on, man. This game just glitched, and I was hoping it would unfreeze, so I'm sitting here. Oh, well. Didn't quite go as planned. Well, it depends. There's administrative assistant jobs that are easy. Like I had one, and it was like super duper easy. My boss wasn't very demanding. You know, she just like wanted the phone answered, and the people give directions. And so like there were like hours go by when no one called or no one needed directions, or like answer the routine info mail, the help desk. Basic, filing, and so, I did a great job. They loved me there. I cleaned up their filing and was always friendly on the phones, and but I enjoyed that. But you might work for a law firm that was more demanding. I mean, you might be administrative assistant and working 50 hours a week, in 30 hours, whatever. You can get an administrative assistant job that's not so lax. All right, well, maybe we'll be back later. This seems to be lagged. What do you do if it's... Is there any way to unfreeze this game? Can't unfreeze this game. Well, you saw the Steelers. They drafted Kyle Stewart. Wait. Derrick Harmon, Calvin Johnson, Kaleb Johnson, Jack Sawyer, Yaya Black, and I was going to keep staying on, but this look what happened. It glitched.